Peace and love, everybody. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for coming to read with T. Marie. I am T. Marie, and I have yet another reading of the Holy Bible. And last chapters we left off on was again we're reading the first book of Moses, um, first book of Moses called Genesis. And the last chapters that I read were chapter 22, 23, and 24. And quick recap on those. I really didn't get to recap, but from what I remember, chapter 22, Abraham and Isaac were eating some lamb, which made me hungry. And, Abraham was building altars and, just making things happen. And Sarah was closing up wounds that were affecting the place. And, that's pretty much what I remember from 22 and 23. We lose Sarah, aka Sarai. We lose her in that chapter. She does die, and Abraham pays for her funeral. I think he paid like 400 chinklets or something like that. I know I'm saying that wrong, but he paid $400 or something to get her buried properly. And then on chapter 24, Abraham was outside. He was at Club Well looking for a stepmother for his little Isaac. So and the stepmamas were outside. Little Rebecca, she was at the well getting her water, holding that well on her shoulder, saying, "Hey, baby, I got you. You can drink my water. You and your camels. Come inside and play." Okay, so that's what I remember. That's all I remember from those chapters. So, starting from chapter 25, we are now on our halfway mark of Genesis. Yes, we made it to the halfway mark, okay? We still have a long way to go. But by the grace of God, we're going to get through it, okay? All right, so beginning with chapter 25. Chapter 25. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah. Oh, okay. And she bare him Zimran, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. Well, he was busy. Yo, Abraham and Keturah were really busy. Okay, he didn't waste no time. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Asherim and Lethushim and Leumim, and the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher and Hanoch and Abida and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. Pause. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention which chapters I'm going to read today. I'm going to do chapters 25, 26, and 27. I'm going to do 3 chapters today, okay? Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And also forgot to wish everybody a great day. I hope everything is going good for everybody and you're staying grounded and centered. And pray up, stay up, all right? All right, continuing on. Sorry about that. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived 160 and 15 years. What? He lived 160 and 15 years. What does that mean exactly? He lived over 100 years. We'll just say that. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar, the Hittite, which is before Mamre. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried and Sarah his wife. Oh, that's what's up. He got buried. Yeah, that's right. He did purchase that from the sons of Heth. All right, so he's buried next to Sarah. We love Sarah over here. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Lahairoi. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. Oh, now she's back to being a handmaid now. She's not the what was she in the last one? She was like a boar woman, and her whole name completely changed. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked, okay? I really did get sidetracked. Okay, the handmaid bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Kedar, and Adbedel, and Midsham, and Mishma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadar, and Tema, Jator, Naphish, and Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are the names by their towns and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered upon his people. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest towards Assyria. And he died in the presence of all his brethren. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife. He was young. The daughter of Bethuel and Siran and Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. Okay, excuse me. Correction. Before I said that Abraham was at the well looking for Rebekah, it was Isaac. Okay. But no, wasn't Abraham at the well, looking for them women too? I'm not going to count him out, but rest in peace to Abraham. And so now Isaac is married to Rebekah now. Okay. Continuing on. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. She's having twins. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's hill, and his name was called Jacob. Very simple name there. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall that birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day, and he sware unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Okay. That's chapter 25. All right, so we have twins in the building. All right. These are the twins of These are Rebecca's kids. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we got the twins, and one is living in tent from tent to tent, and the other one is a good cattleman, whatever they say. What did they say he was? Yeah, he was a cunning hunter. Yes, that's what Esau was. Esau and Jacob. All right, moving forward, chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared upon him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. Excuse me. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife. Lest, said he, the men of the place would kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at the window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. Wow. And Abimelech said, What is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have leaned with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. He's like, Man, why didn't you just tell me that was your wife? We would have backed up. But yes, Isaac was scared. All right, and Abimelech charged all his people, saying that the toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Oh gosh, okay. Dang, they're getting real in here. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year an hundredfold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Excuse me. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzzath, one of his friends, and Philcol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up, and they rose up betimes in the morning, and swear one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to his wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. Which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and Rebekah. Okay, that's the end of chapter 26. All right, so Isaac was scared. Isaac was scared to tell those dudes that was his wife. But that was really risky because, I mean, if he knew that those other men trying to get at Rebekah was going to get them murked, going to get them killed, that's shame on him for that because that was really risky. He could have got somebody killed out there. See, so I guess even back in the day, women are the death of y'all. Okay. And then, so what else happened? They were eating. We have more kids coming. And yeah. All right. Last chapter, chapter 27. All right. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, My son, he said unto him, Behold, here I am. Because he was blind. His eyes were dim. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. And therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I commanded thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. So Jacob was like, no, I'm too smooth for that. Golly. Jacob said, look, you made my name easy for a reason. Get Esau, the hairy man, to do it. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. Wow, this is kind of a long chapter. And Rebekah took godly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. Wait a minute, sorry, pause. So Jacob lied and said he was Esau. Is that what's going on here? Let me continue. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because my Lord thy God brought it to me. Okay, so the mother was plotting. She said she heard the conversation, and got the information to Jacob before Esau could even go out there and hunt. So she did that on purpose. Why? Because that's her favorite son, and she wants him to get the credit more than Esau, or what? All right, continuing on. And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Wow. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. And he said, art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him. And said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God gave thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Oh man, they just confusing the mess out of poor Isaac's blind self, aren't they? And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, where is he that hath taken venison, and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yeah, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O thy father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety. I'm sorry, excuse me. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety. I didn't say that right. And hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away his blessing. Wow. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? My father, wait, I'm sorry. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also. I mean, that's fair, right? And I think that's fair. Why not bless both of them? Oh, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Yeah, I would have wept too. Because why not? I mean, they're brothers. I mean, why not bless both of them? And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Whoa. So this is another Cain and Abel situation, ain't it? Wow. So the moral of these stories, the siblings just don't rock with each other, do they? Back in the day, siblings were really jealous of each other. Okay. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise. Wait, I'm sorry, let me read that again. Excuse me. Going back to part 42. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob for her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Okay, so she was warning Jacob. Why did she do that? I mean, come on, she shouldn't have put her son's life at risk like that. Now before my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's fury turn away. Unto thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why shouldn't I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? That's the end of chapter 27. I don't think that Esau's ever going to forget about that. You know, even if Jacob is gone for 100 years, Esau's going to remember that because, like you said, that's the second time he took away his birthright and lied on him and took away his blessing. That's not right. But I don't think Jacob deserves to die for it though. But you know, things were a lot different back then. Things were a lot different. They were being circumcised at the age of 99. The daughters were bumping and grinding on their fathers, and anything was going back in those days. So yeah. Yeah, right. Those are some pretty wild chapters there. That's the Holy Bible. Those are those chapters. We will continue on with the next few chapters on the next video. And please, thank you very much for listening, for watching. If this is your first time reading or listening to the Bible like me, just know that you're not alone, okay? And we're in this journey together, all right? So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace and love, and have a great day. Bye.